Tonight, from Boston, it's the Earthshot Prize, the most prestigious environmental awards on the planet. And arriving on a star-studded green carpet are the Prince and Princess of Wales, who are here to honor those helping solve our biggest environmental challenges. We'll find out which of these finalists will win one of 5 £1 million prizes to continue their work in saving the planet. Get ready for a spectacular night of music and inspiration, including Chloe and Halle, Ellie Goulding, Annie Lennox, and Billie Eilish. But first, a message from the incomparable Sir David Attenborough.
I have witnessed the natural world in all its splendor. But the challenges facing our planet today are enormous. We must act now. Tonight, we celebrate those who are helping to protect our world. The solutions are out there, and tonight's finalists fill me with optimism. This is the Earthshot Prize.
This is the Earthshot Prize 2022. Please welcome your hosts, Clara Amfo and Daniel Dae Kim.
Welcome to Boston and the Earthshot Prize, the biggest environmental awards on the planet.
Tonight, we are celebrating the inspiring winners, and we'll have brilliant music from global stars.
So let's kick things off with the sensational sisters who are so good, Beyoncé signed them.
Since then, they've been nominated for 5 Grammys, and tonight they're here with Feeling Good. It is the sensational Chloe and Halle.
It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good. Hey, how are you all feeling tonight? We're feeling so good. We're feeling amazing. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom on a tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good. Dragonflies out in the sun, you know what I mean, don't you know? Butterflies all having fun, you know what I mean. Sleep in peace when day is on, and I know
Chloe and Halle, everybody, feeling exceedingly good after that. And still to come tonight, Annie Lennox will be here, Ellie Goulding and Billie Eilish. Tonight, we are well and truly in the presence of music royalty, acting royalty, sporting royalty, and, well, royalty.
But mainly, we're in the presence of environmental royalty, as we find out who will be presented with an Earthshot Prize. Kind of like the Oscars for the Earth, right?
Yeah, but without the slightly excessive goodie bags. Even better still, the 5 prize winners from all across the world will be getting £1 million towards their work helping protect our planet.
Now, we don't just talk the environmental talk on this show, we walk the walk.
That's it. All this gorgeous greenery and trees will be replanted in schools and communities right here in Boston after the awards.
And it's all about reusing what we already have. Everyone here tonight, including us, has been asked to embrace pre-loved outfits. And may I say, Clara, you look fabulous.
Well, thank you very much. A black dress, forever reusable, my friend.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, I've been wearing the same socks for a week, so I got that going for me.
You smell fantastic.
You're welcome.
This year, the Earthshot has come to Boston, and there's a very good reason why. One of the most celebrated sons of this great city was the inspiration behind the Earthshot Prize.
It's rooted in his ambition to put an astronaut on the moon within the decade. He called it the Moonshot. Take a look.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things. Not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
60 years ago, my father, President John F. Kennedy, announced his moonshot, declaring that America would send a man to the moon within a decade.
We meet in an hour of change and challenge, in a decade of hope and fear, in an age of both knowledge and ignorance.
If my generation wants a better world, then we need to build it ourselves. That's what President Kennedy believed, and that's what powered his moonshot.
It was a bold vision and a leap of faith. No one knew if it was possible. But my father believed that great challenges are great opportunities, and that together we could reach the stars.
We're excited that the Earthshot Prize is here in Boston, a city committed to science and progress and the fight to repair the planet.
Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win.
Today, his powerful words still resonate. They've become the inspiration for the Earthshot Prize as we take on the most urgent challenge we face, repairing and restoring our planet within the decade. The impossible is possible.
Absolutely. Impossible is not a word we use around here.
Which is why when we were asked to send the founder of the Earthshot Awards somewhere he could see all the wonders of our planet, we said, OK, we know just the place.
Yes, it's a bit off the beaten track, and the atmosphere is not that great, but the view is out of this world. That's right, we, Clara and I, sent him to the moon.
Of the many wonders of the natural world that surround each of us every day, it is only from space that we can fully comprehend the gift that is our home. Earth holds such splendor and gives us many things: beauty, curiosity, joy, but most importantly, Earth gives us life. For too long, many of us have taken for granted everything our planet gives us. We have polluted our atmosphere and our oceans and destroyed many unique habitats. This year, we have seen the influence of climate change like never before, with record high temperatures and extreme weather events causing devastation across every continent, affecting people's health and livelihoods. The urgency needed to save the planet is ever accelerating, while the time we have to make meaningful changes is ebbing away. But just as President John F. Kennedy had faith that humankind could put a man on the moon, I have the same faith today that we can repair and regenerate our planet in this critical decade. From moonshot to Earthshot, the seemingly unsolvable can be solved. The winners of last year's Earthshot Prize have already seen their solutions take giant leaps. This ingenuity and ambition from across the globe is continuing to inspire others. And tonight in Boston, the search to find, celebrate, and scale the next 5 inspiring Earthshot winners continues. Solutions that will protect and restore nature, revive our oceans, clean our air, build a waste-free world, and fix our climate. The ambition and innovation of tonight's 15 finalists will help put the world on a path towards a stable climate, where communities, nature, and oceans thrive in harmony. Together, we can achieve a sustainable future for generations to come. Together, we will change the future of our planet.
Now, all tonight's nominees and their groundbreaking solutions will benefit from the Earthshot Prize, but there can only be 5 winners.
Our finalists span 5 continents, and they are standing by across the globe waiting to hear who has won.
So, presenting the first award is an Academy Award-winning actor who was named one of the most 100 influential people in the world.
And he's using that influence to help immigrants and refugees and fight climate change and pollution. This is Fix Our Climate. And to present the award, please welcome Rami Malek.
Well, it wasn't long ago that the scientists who warned us about climate change were regarded eccentric. At that time, most people hadn't yet experienced the effects of climate change for themselves. But now, examples of all that they predicted are happening across the world. Forest fires, flooding, storms, landslides, droughts, and unprecedented temperatures, with the last 7 years being the hottest on record. But the human spirit loves a challenge. Tonight's finalists for Fix Our Climate have thoroughly harnessed this spirit, and we are fortunate to be guided by their research and knowledge and their determination. Let's take a look at the nominees.
4401, eliminating CO2 from the atmosphere.
Excess CO2 in our atmosphere is destabilizing our climate. Our solution takes captured CO2 and permanently turns it into rock. By speeding up the natural process of mineralization, we can remove carbon from the atmosphere and help reduce rising temperatures.
Lanzatech, transforming pollution into essential day-to-day products.
We have found a way to recycle carbon by harnessing the power of biology, artificial intelligence, and engineering. We take carbon dioxide and convert it to ethanol. Then we can use that ethanol to make everyday items, enabling a new circular carbon economy where it is reused rather than wasted.
Low carbon materials, making construction greener.
Construction around the globe emits huge amounts of pollution and CO2, and concrete has a big part to play in this. The production of some common ingredients in concrete are carbon intensive. We've created an alternative ingredient made of waste materials that would otherwise be burnt or sent to landfill that can be added to concrete to make it net zero.
The award for Fix Our Climate and the first Earthshot of 2022 goes to 4401.
Congratulations to 4401 and their ingenious solution to capture carbon and turn it into rock. Absolutely brilliant. Let's find out more.
Growing up in Oman was an absolute privilege. Pristine beaches, corals, and desert. My biggest influence growing up was my uncle. He introduced me to camping, to the desert, to the beach, even snorkeling and scuba diving. He taught me we should always leave the environment in a better condition than when we first arrived. Around 4 years ago, I came across an article about the dead zone off the coast of Oman. A dead zone is an area of the sea where there's little or no oxygen content. It's very difficult for most marine life to survive and thrive in those conditions. The dead zone here in our region is about the size of Florida. Carbon dioxide is the #1 greenhouse gas that's emitted today. And as that carbon dioxide gets absorbed by our oceans, this intensifies the dead zone. I found that there are very few solutions out there that could help us permanently remove carbon dioxide at scale. And this is when I came across Professor Jörg's research.
I'm Jörg Matter. I'm the subsurface lead of 4401. Our solution is we capture carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. We dissolve it in water, which is basically a sparkling water.
And we inject that into the subsurface, into the geological underground, where it reacts with peridotite rocks. By speeding up the natural process of mineralization, we can remove carbon from the atmosphere and help reduce climate change. Nature shows us how to do it. We just need to speed up what nature is doing. In Oman, we have one of the world's largest deposits of this rock. We've just completed the first pilot, and now we need to improve the technology before we can really scale this globally. Climate change is a massive challenge, and we need every tool in our toolbox to tackle this challenge. Thinking back to when I was younger, when I was in the desert camping with my uncle, I had a lot of hopes and dreams for the future of the climate. And today, we're in a position to actually contribute to the fight against climate change. This really is the legacy of the values my uncle taught me. And for him to get to see what I'm doing makes me very proud.
Massive congratulations, Talal and 4401. Talal, tell us, is your superstar of an uncle there to help you celebrate?
He is here, and I'm really pleased to share this moment with him. It's a proud day for all of us here at 4401. And I just want to say a massive thank you to the team and to everyone else who's supported us along this journey. We started 4401 2 years ago when we saw the very real impact climate change was having on our country here in Oman. Climate change is a massive challenge, and it gives us hope seeing all these finalists here today. We're so grateful to the Earthshot Prize for helping us with this vital fight. Shukran and thank you.
And now to present our second award, our second royal guest for the evening, who is currently relieved that her husband has returned from the moon in one piece.
Thank goodness. This is Clean Our Air. Please welcome Her Royal Highness, the Princess of Wales.
To breathe clean air is something so many of us take for granted. But sadly, for millions of people around the world, it is not a given. From smog enveloping cities to the impacts seen in nature, air pollution poses a threat that knows no borders. Heartbreakingly, over 250 million children under the age of 5 are breathing polluted air every single day. And this fact is even harder to hear because we know the significant impact pollution has on their lifelong development. But there are reasons to be hopeful, and I'm delighted to see the work of our 3 finalists and their solutions to clean our air. They are
Rome, providing electric transport in Africa.
I live in Kenya, where air pollution kills thousands of people every year, and motor vehicles are a critical part of the problem. We need new, cleaner ways to power Kenya's transport. Our company aims to electrify the transport sector in Africa. We are providing eco-friendly, affordable transport for all.
Amped Entertainer, battery-powered construction.
The construction industry is powered by polluting diesel generators. Our solution is the Amped Entertainer, a battery system that's designed specifically for powering up a construction project without the need for fossil fuels. We are making construction more sustainable, and we are driven to create an emission-free future for construction.
Mukuru, clean stoves.
Across the globe, about 2.5 billion people have their healths negatively impacted by household air pollution. That's why I created the Mukuru Clean Stoves. They provide a safer environment for families and children by eliminating most toxic smoke.
And the Earthshot for Clean Our Air and recipient of £1 million to scale their work is Mukuru Clean Stoves.
Congratulations, Mukuru Clean Stoves. Let's find out more about their affordable and clean-cut stoves for homes in Kenya and beyond.
When you're using a traditional stove to cook, it emits toxic smoke. It causes respiratory illnesses. It can cause lung cancer. I grew up in Mukuru. It's one of the biggest slums in Nairobi. I was orphaned at the age of 10 years, and at 16, I became a teenage mom. I would use a traditional stove to cook for my daughter, and when she turned 2, she suffered a severe burn injury caused by a stove. She passed by the stove, kicked it, and it fell on her. And it was horrible. I wasn't sure if she was still alive. It took a while, but once she was able to recover, I went to college. And initially, I wanted to just build a more stable stove to limit the risk of burns in children and learned about the effects of household air pollution. And that's how Mukuru Clean Stoves was born. We use waste metal to manufacture improved cook stoves. The way we designed our stove, it retains a lot of heat, so it allows for the fuel that you're using to burn for longer, eliminating toxic smoke that would be produced on a traditional stove. So you're reducing the carbon that is emitted into the atmosphere. So it's double benefit for the local communities and climate change.
Nilikuwa na pneumonia. Sasa wakati nilianza kutumia Mukuru, nikaenda hospitali, nikapata pneumonia imechange, imerudi chini. Sasa nikaona maisha yangu imebadilika.
The people that a Mukuru stove impacts the most are women and girls, as they're the ones who spend hours collecting firewood and using traditional stoves to cook for their families. It enables young girls to be able to go to school, focus on education, so it's beneficial for their health, it's beneficial for the local environment.
I'm proud of my mom because she inspires young girls. When I grow up, I want to be like her.
My ambition is to eradicate household air pollution. And because we are all collectively joining hands to do our part, I believe we are going to be able to repair the planet.
Wow. Charlotte, I think we all want to be a lot more like you. So tell us, how does it feel to win?
Thank you. It is a great honor to win the Earthshot Prize and to receive this recognition. To the Mukuru Clean Stoves team for your dedication to providing a better cooking technology and helping clean our air. Congratulations. It's also really great to celebrate with my daughter and her classmates today. I hope the work we do really impacts their generation and future generations. In 2017, I set out to help women in Mukuru reduce household air pollution. 5 years later, 200,000 households use a Mukuru stove, And the Earthshot Prize is going to help us reach the next 1 million households, impacting the lives of 5 million people who will now benefit from cleaner air within their homes, and putting us so much closer to achieving our goal, which is to eradicate household air pollution. Let us work together to clean our air. Thank you.
Okay, time for an exclusive Earthshot performance from the superstar that is Billie Eilish.
Here she is with a mesmerizing performance of My Future.
I can't seem to focus, and you don't seem to notice I'm not here. I'm just a mirror. You check your complexion to find your reflections all alone. I had to go. Can't you hear me? I'm not coming home. Do you understand? I've changed my plans, 'cause I'm in love with my future. I can't wait to meet her, and I'm in love, but not with anybody else. Just wanna get to know myself. I know supposedly I'm lonely now. No, I'm supposed to be unhappy without someone, but aren't I someone? Like to be your answer, 'cause you're so handsome, but I know better than to drive you home, 'cause you'd invite me in, and I'd be yours again, but I'm in love with my future, and you don't know her. Ooh, and I'm in love, but not with anybody here. I'll see you in a couple years.
Simply beautiful. Billy and Phineas, everyone. Now, our third Earthshot is Build a Waste-Free World. And to present it, one of the greatest players ever to have graced a football pitch. He's also a dedicated UNICEF ambassador, but tonight he's here to talk to us about waste and what to do with it.
Well, surely it's obvious what we have to do with it. We have to bin it like Beckham.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Build a Waste-Free World. Please welcome David Beckham.
Good evening, everyone. So I was honoured to be invited by Prince William to be part of this year's Earthshot Prize. Now, I'm an optimist because humans are capable of great creativity when we collaborate. We create beauty in art, music, film, and of course, sport. We create things that bring us comfort in this challenging world. But we also create waste. We make over 300 million tons of plastic per year. That's the equivalent in weight to every adult on Earth. Tonight is about solutions. Let's look at the incredible work of our finalists aiming to build a waste-free world. The nominees are
Leather by Fool, vegan leather.
Every year, millions of tons of waste is generated here in India through ceremonial flowers. By repurposing these flowers, we have created an eco-friendly plant-based leather. It performs like animal leather, but is animal-free, plastic-free, biodegradable, and compostable. It has the potential to replace the highly polluting global tanning leather industry.
Nopla, plastic-free packaging.
Single-use plastics are destroying the environment. Using seaweed, we've created a biodegradable alternative to plastic packaging. Our packaging can be composted with the rest of your food waste. We're hoping to make single-use plastic a thing of the past and build towards a cleaner, less wasteful world.
The City of Amsterdam, circular economy.
Cities create lots of waste, and it's a huge problem for the planet. This is the City of Amsterdam, and we are building a circular economy. Our aim is to reduce, recycle, and reuse as much as possible by 2050. We are the first city to fully adopt this model, and we believe this can be a blueprint for others around the globe.
And I can announce that the 2022 Earthshot for Build a Waste-Free World goes to Nopla.
Congratulations to Nopla, who have found a way to replace plastic with a material made from seaweed. Let's find out more.
Billions of single-use plastics are used every year. They break down into microplastics, which find their way into our oceans, food, and our bodies.
Our reliance on plastic has gone on for far too long. We have to stop. It's time to find a new solution.
And what if that solution came from the ocean?
But our story doesn't start here in Wales. It starts in a student apartment in London back in 2012. We met each other on the first day of university. We messed around in the kitchen day and night.
For us, what was really important is to use things that would be very renewable, that would not be chemically modified, and that would essentially be completely easy for nature to deal with at end of life.
We tried to make packaging that was actually edible.
And quite early on, we found out that seaweed, it was a really great candidate.
We researched and researched. It was painstakingly time-consuming.
We were close to giving up, but the breakthroughs we were making by using seaweed started to get noticed.
We were onto something that could have a lot of potential. Seaweed is an amazing material. It grows incredibly fast, with some species able to grow over 30 centimeters per day.
As it grows, it absorbs carbon dioxide, so it has the potential to tackle climate change.
The Nopla team has been working really hard to develop products such as consumable liquid sachets, ketchup sachets, takeaway boxes.
We developed a coating that we put onto takeaway food boxes. Typically, they have a thin layer of plastic, and we replace that with seaweed so that this whole packaging is completely natural and biodegradable.
We use the packaging on a daily basis, and I think it's great. It's good for customers, good for business, so good for everyone.
Winning the Earthshot Prize will give us a platform to not only scale up our operations, but it will help those in the industry to see what is possible.
What gives me hope is that nature has all the solutions already.
Seaweed has been around for billions of years. So wherever it ends up, nature knows exactly how to break it down. That means that if we fail as humans to collect our waste, we're not leaving behind something that nature cannot deal with.
Rodrigo, Pierre, congratulations. You guys have gone from kitchen experiments to a potentially world-changing solution. How does it feel to win this prize money?
It's really amazing. I want to thank the whole NotPlat team who's been working so hard to make this innovation come to life, and everyone who's been supporting us along the journey. And I want to thank also the Earthshot Prize for creating such an amazing platform and believing in our solution. No one wants to live in a world full of plastic, but it's not too late to act.
We all have a role to play on it. Let's shout louder about the change we want to see in the world. And let's make plastic disappear.
Excellent. Protect and restore nature. That's not an order, though I really wish I had that superpower. It is, however, the category of our 4th Earthshot Prize.
And to present it is a beloved and multi-award-winning comedy actress, star of Best in Show, Home Alone, Beetlejuice, and the sensational Schitt's Creek.
This is Protect and Restore Nature. Please welcome the wonderful Catherine O'Hara.
We humans share this planet with millions of other species, coexisting, for now, in a wondrous variety of habitats. That's nature for you. Unfortunately, we often see the natural world only as an obstacle to getting what we want. Sometimes we can't see the forest for the factory. Tonight's nominees for Restore and Protect Nature know that nature is our friend, and together we can safely secure the health and welfare of all beautiful life forms. Here are the nominees.
KT, modular greenhouses.
We've developed an affordable modular greenhouse that can play a vital role in protecting crops from the unpredictable impacts of changing weather systems linked to climate change, helping give farmers a steady income. We believe our greenhouses can bring a greener and more sustainable future to vulnerable smallholder farmers.
Desert agricultural transformation.
人类面临着严峻的环境挑战，干旱而过去富饶的土地正在变成沙漠。
Our solution is desert agricultural transformation.
我们的约束材料将沙漠沙子结合在一起，创造出可用于种植植物的人造土壤。
Bhutan, conserving threatened habitats and wildlife species.
In Borneo, historic forest exploitation has resulted in rainforests being fragmented to a tipping point, leaving wildlife with too little room to live. By changing perceptions and mindsets through collaboration, research, and reforestation, we are reconnecting islands of forests and creating safe passageways for wildlife.
The Earthshot for Protect and Restore Nature goes to KT.
A majority of the food in the world is grown by 500 million smallholder farmers. In India, there are 100 million of them. But unpredictable weather systems linked to climate change put them at a high risk of poverty. This year, we saw the hottest month India has ever had since records began over 120 years ago. Just one bad harvest can reduce their income to zero.
I was about 17 years old when I saw a farmer in my village eating mud. He looked into my eyes and said, "My crops have failed. My stomach doesn't know that my pocket is empty." When Kaushik and I met, we were determined to do something.
We spent 6 months talking to 1,000 farmers across India to understand what their challenges are and how we could solve them. We got together a team of engineers, scientists, and designers from around the world to co-create our Kheti greenhouses.
For our greenhouses to work, we needed them to be affordable and modular. Only then can the farmers invest in their future and adapt the design for their plot of land.
The simple structure sits on a small portion of a farmer's field and can be more sustainable than traditional greenhouses seen on large farms. They use less water than in open cultivation. Climate risk is decreased for the farmer, and more crops can be grown in a smaller space, which leads to less land being needed for agriculture.
మేము ఈ ఖేతీని 2019లో స్టార్ట్ చేసాం. వర్షము చలి వాతావరణం వల్ల అందులో ఎలాంటి సమస్యలు లేకుండా మంచి దిగుబడులు వస్తున్నాయి.
To make sure our farmers succeed, we provide quality seeds, training, and advice.
We work with a wholesale vegetable market that sells the produce of Kheti farmers to local vendors.
నెట్ హౌస్ వేసుకోవడం వల్ల మాకు లాభాలు వచ్చినాయి. లాభాలతోటి మేము ఒక ఇల్లు నిర్మించుకున్నాక మాకు చాలా సంతోషంగా ఉన్నాము.
Today we work with about 1,000 farmers across 6 states of India. Over the next 10 years, we want to scale that to 1 million farmers directly, but also inspire a smart farming revolution around the world.
I dream of a day where smallholder farmer equals a happy farmer, and being forced to eat mud should never happen anywhere again.
Such important work. What would you like to share with us now that you've won this award?
1,000 thanks to the Earthshot Prize for this honor. The idea of Kheti started with a simple dream, that the hard work of 500 million farmers across the world should pay off. The only reason that vision persevered is because others shared that dream. Our team, our families, and most importantly, the 1,000+ farmers who have trusted us and taken a chance with us. Congratulations to all of them. This is just the beginning. We aim to help 1 million farmers over the next 10 years, and this prize can help us invest in a solid foundation for that ambition. Thank you for helping us ignite the smart farmer revolution.
Okay, time for another performance. Now, we promised you music royalty, and boy, are we about to deliver.
Quite simply, she's one of the all-time greats. With Here Comes the Rain Again, please welcome one of the most recent inductees into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Annie Lennox.
Walk with me.
everyone. Truly iconic. And now it's time for the fifth and final Earthshot, and to present it, the award-winning star of Big Little Lies. She's also a prominent environmental activist, passionate about protecting our oceans.
She certainly is. I was lucky enough to work with her, and I know that when it comes to environmental causes, she walks the walk. Presenting the award to revive our oceans, please welcome Shailene Woodley.
Beautiful blue planet, and underneath the surface of the brilliant blue, our oceans are teeming with life. Life that protects us in so many ways. Carbon is captured by underwater forests, nations are fed by the bounty within, and coastline communities are sheltered from storms by coral reefs. Just 3 of the ways our oceans protect, nourish, and indeed care for our Earth. But the oceans that protect us also need our protection. These are the 3 finalists whose solutions will help revive our oceans.
Sea Forester, restoring coastal ecosystems.
Hidden below the surface of the ocean, seaweed forests are disappearing at an alarming rate. Thousands of species and countless livelihoods are depending on these crucial habitats. Using innovative deforestation techniques, we are replanting and restoring the Earth's forgotten forests. We grow seaweeds in our nurseries before reintroducing them across the ocean floor. The goal is to re-establish these underwater forests.
Queensland Indigenous Women's Ranger Network.
Our oceans are under pressure more than ever before. We work across land and sea management and conservation, such as sea turtle rescue and rehabilitation. We protect our country by sharing our cultural knowledge and using new technologies to help educate and inspire the next generation.
The Great Bubble Barrier, removing plastic from waterways.
The majority of plastics in our oceans comes from rivers. We create a screen of bubbles that blocks plastic from escaping to the oceans, and it redirects it to the surface and riverside, where it is retrieved, removed, and processed. We stop these plastics from ever reaching our oceans.
Earthshot for Revive Our Ocean goes to Queensland Indigenous Women's Rangers Network.
Congratulations to Larissa and the team. Let's take a look at the wonderful conservation work that the Queensland Indigenous Women's Ranger Network are doing to protect the oceans and coastlines where they live.
Over 60,000 years of traditional knowledge have given us an intimate understanding of coastal and marine environments. For First Nations or Indigenous people, we don't separate land and sea. It is one body, so we have to look after all so that we have something for the future. The Queensland Indigenous Women's Ranger Network combines this experience with conservation work and training to protect and manage land and sea country. We're out there protecting species such as sea turtles with our rescue and rehabilitation program, measuring water quality in the area and monitoring seagrasses, which are such an important part of the ocean's ecosystem. Seagrass meadows are one of the most efficient and powerful marine carbon sinks. They can bury carbon in the seabed much faster than tropical rainforests. Over the years, I've seen a decline in seagrass species here, but also the quantity of the grasses. They have been severely impacted by major cyclones and flooding. But thanks to our conservation and interventions, such as closing stretches of beaches along the coastline, we're helping protect seagrass ecosystems and the species that depend on them. We're using new technologies such as drones to get to areas that we can't. It's a great new tool in our fight to protect our oceans.
I believe it's important to preserve our marine habitats because they're
a part of our culture. They're everything that make our identity, and they're what keep our oceans alive.
How many species of turtle are in the world? Our junior rangers have the opportunity to learn environmental land and sea management with activities such as Seagrass Watch and marine turtle identification. Yeah. Isn't she beautiful? This gives them the tools that they need to be the next custodians of these coastlines. What gives me hope for the future is the fact that we have a lot of young people that now want to be involved in land and sea management. Winning the Earthshot Prize means we can continue the essential work of our network. It's just a win-win situation all round for the environment and for our communities. We continue to protect and conserve our land, not only for now, but also for the future generations.
Tell us how you feel tonight after winning this Earthshot Prize.
I'd like to say thank you to the Earthshot Prize for bringing into focus the urgent need for action to protect our planet. I am so humbled by this award. I am grateful to every woman ranger in our network. Thank you for being part of this and walking this journey with me. Thank you to my family, my ancestors that came before me, and to the young generations that's taken us forward. In 2008, I was the only woman ranger coordinator in Queensland. We now have 135. This prize is and will be a game changer. We are going to create a global opportunity for First Nations female-led conservation programs, a network for women coming together to help repair the planet, fuelled by traditional knowledge and new technologies. With hope and with positive actions like the ones we've heard about, we can feel hopeful for the future of our seas. Thank you very much.
Truly, it's been an uplifting and inspirational evening, and I think the final word of tonight must go to the person behind it all.
Please welcome His Royal Highness, the Prince of Wales.
Good evening. We at the Earthshot Prize are all so grateful for the welcome we've received this evening here in Boston over the last few days. When I founded this prize in 2020, it was with the ambition to harness the same spirit of ingenuity that inspired President John F. Kennedy to challenge the American people to put a person on the moon within a decade. So it has been an honor to share the stories of our Earthshot winners and finalists from the heart of his hometown. I believe that the Earthshot solutions you have seen this evening prove we can overcome our planet's greatest challenges. And by supporting and scaling them, we can change our future. Alongside tonight's winners and finalists, and those to be discovered over the years to come, it's my hope the Earthshot legacy will continue to grow, helping our communities and our planet to thrive. And in the same way, the space effort 6 decades ago created jobs, boosted economies, and provided hope, so too can the solutions born of tonight's Earthshot Prize winners. The decisions we make now will affect generations to come, which is why we must choose the path of hope, optimism, and urgency to repair our planet. Thank you.
Thank you to Prince William and all of our winners for making tonight such a carnival of optimism.
I want to say thank you to everyone who's doing what they can to ensure that our planet blossoms and blooms.
Tonight has been a love-in for our wonderful Earth, and what better way to end the evening than with Still Falling For You, the wonderful Ellie Goulding.
Good night.
Fire and ice, this love is like fire and ice. This love is like rainbow skies. This love is like a sun on the rise. This love got me rolling the dice. Don't let me lose. Still falling for you. Still falling for you. It took us a while. With every breath a new day. We're love on the line. We had our share of mistakes, but all your flaws and scars are mine. Still falling for you. Still falling for you. Oh, and just like that, all I breathe, all I feel, you were all for me, I'm in. And just like that, all I breathe, all I feel, you were all for me. And no one can lift me, catch me the way that you do. I'm still falling for you.